Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, GMB SHOW. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Good Morning Britain presenter Susanna Reid had the full support of ITV fans after making a huge announcement on social media. The news anchor, who presents the show alongside stars like Ed Balls and Richard Madeley, took to X and Instagram to share some major news about viewing figures after huge budget cuts were announced at ITV. She wrote, "Ratings! Good Morning Britain had its highest figures this year, peaking at almost 1 million of you watching. Our highest ratings since last year's election special, thanks to a great team and you, the viewers." She added, "Ratings, viewing figures up. Well done, Team GMB. Thank you for watching." Fans quickly chimed in to support her, with one penning, "Well done. It's because you, the presenters, make it a great show." And somebody else echoed, "Congratulations on the audience numbers, Susanna. Who needs Piers Morgan to get the million? Keep up the fantastic work." A third social media user said, "That's great news, Susanna. You're my most favorite anchor on GMB." And a fourth applauded her, "Amazing and no surprise at all." It comes as swaths of cuts to ITV daytime shows mean more than 220 out of 440 staff will lose their jobs, with GMB extended for another 30 minutes per day, while Lorraine is slashed to just half an hour. Lorraine will also run just 30 weeks of the year, down from 52, while Loose Women will also be cut to 30 weeks, retaining its hour-long runtime. Each morning, GMB will run from 6 a.m. to 9:30 a.m., and for the 22 weeks Lorraine isn't airing, it will go on until 10 a.m. Laura Wilshaw, editor of ITV News, reportedly said in an email to staff that GMB now needs to be produced on a reduced overall budget, but they intend to faithfully recreate the Good Morning Britain program viewers love as much as we can. The morning sun had barely stretched its golden fingers across the London skyline when the familiar Good Morning Britain theme tune played. For millions of viewers, this was routine comfort. The sharp debates, the laughter, the chemistry of presenters who would become part of their breakfast tables. But on this particular day, something felt different. Susanna Reid, dressed elegantly in a deep sapphire dress, sat alongside her co-host with a nervous smile that betrayed the weight of what she was about to share. The cameras rolled, the audience leaned closer, and the studio lights seemed to dim in empathy with the moment. "Good morning," Susanna began, her voice steady but softer than usual. "I have some news to share with you all, and it's not something I say lightly." She took a breath, clasping her notes tightly before setting them aside. "After many conversations with ITV, I've made a major decision about my future here at Good Morning Britain." The announcement hung in the air like a storm cloud. Social media exploded instantly. Was she leaving, taking a break, moving to another show? Viewers scrambled to grab their phones while still glued to the screen. Susanna, composed yet emotional, continued, "This show has been my home for more than a decade. It has challenged me, lifted me, and connected me with all of you in ways I never imagined. But sometimes life calls for change. ITV and I have agreed on a new chapter. One that allows me to step back, take care of myself, and pursue some exciting projects outside the morning studio." There was a pause, followed by a wave of applause from crew members behind the cameras. Her co-host placed a supportive hand on her arm, visibly moved. Almost immediately, the floodgates opened online. Twitter trended with hashtags like "Thank you, Susanna" and "Good luck, Susanna." Viewers shared personal stories of how her empathy during interviews and her unshakable professionalism had inspired them. One wrote, "She was the voice of reason during the toughest times. Pandemic, politics, personal stories. We'll miss her every morning." Another added, "No matter what project she takes on next, we'll be right there cheering her on." ITV's official announcement soon followed, confirming that Susanna would continue with the channel in a new role, balancing special documentaries and primetime programs while stepping away from the relentless early mornings of live breakfast TV. The statement praised her as a pillar of British broadcasting and promised viewers would still see plenty of her in the months to come. By midday, flowers had arrived at the studio reception, fans outside held up supportive signs, and colleagues from across ITV recorded heartfelt messages for her. Susanna, ever gracious, told viewers, "This isn't goodbye, it's just a change, and I'm so deeply grateful for all of your love and support." The news could have been bittersweet, but instead it became a celebration. Viewers weren't losing Susanna, they were gaining a new chapter of her journey. And as the morning show wrapped up, one thing was clear: Susanna Reid's bond with the public was stronger than any schedule change.